Hello family, another video in the car. We're gonna open up a new subject or playlist, what do you call it? Called Etymology, or words. Well, we'll just make these little short clips because then I will just spit it out and give you the root word and then leave that for you to ponder if that's something that you want to partake in. So, bottom line, as is with everything, is that if you want to know what something is or what it's about, get to the root of it. Find out what is literally the root word of it, or the concept of it, from which it stems, the seed from which it grows. So today, talk about two words. One is called religion, and the other one is called government. And I'm sighing because I just drove by a bunch of uniformed thugs standing on the side of the road. I did a video about those guys the other day and how the bank manager stood up to them. They're thieves wearing special magic clothes that give them the authority to stop people on the road and detain them and, harass them and steal from them and stuff like that. Because the clothes, they're magic. Okay, so, yeah, government. Government thugs. Government come from two words. The root word. It comes from two words in Latin. Almost all of the words that we have in the so-called Romance languages, Spanish, English, French, Italian, and these, sort of Western Hemisphere languages. Almost all of them stem from Latin, right? And so if you study Latin, like my grandmother did in school, then you can have some kind of an idea about what words are, what they mean, right? And so government is two words, and forgive me for the pronunciation. It's actually a correct pronunciation according to Latin, because it was only when things were transcribed from Latin into English, and in some cases when it was words were transcribed into Spanish, the B, like in Bravo, was switched with the letter B, like in Bravo, was interchanged with the letter V, like in Victor. So, for instance, in English, you would say govern, V, like in Victor, government. But in Spanish, it's with a B. But it's basically the same thing. But, we'll go back to, I think it was chapter 7, verse 11 of Genesis. Let us send down the languages so that we may confuse and divide them. So, govern, or gubernmente, that's what the word come from, the Latin word, gubernmente. That means to control your mind. The mente is where we get, like the English word mental. Like having to do with your mind. So there you go. That's government. Mind control. Just call it call it what it is. And then the other one, it's not so directly translatable. But the other one is religion. And that comes from a Latin word. We get this from the Latin word relegare. R-E, if I remember correctly, R-E-G. I can't talk and spell and drive at the same time. Relegare. R-E-L-G-A-R-E. And this basically means to tie up, to bind, or to hold back from progress. Because if I can get everybody to believe that what I wrote in this book is the Word of God, and if I can get everybody to believe that they must do what I say, otherwise they're going to burn in hell, then I can get everyone to be tied and to be bound up with this false belief and this false perception. And I can hold them back from spiritual progress. Because if they believe Jesus is coming to save them, then they're not going to ever do any of their shadow work. They're not ever going to do any of their hero's journey, or they're not going to do any of their anything, right? Because why should I bother to, do that if I can just sin? That's an old English, O-L-D-E English word, which means to miss the bullseye. But in the religious connotation, it's a bad thing. And you're going to go to hell for that. Unless, of course, you go to church and do the bless me, Father, for I have sinned, and literally open up your mind and your heart, this whole area. You just, when you make that signal that they tell you to do in the church, you're literally opening up your light body for parasites and demons to come in. But that's another subject. But when they say, bless me, Father, for I have sinned, and you're supposed to go inside of a confessional booth and confess whatever your mistakes are to, I don't know, chances are pretty good, a pedophile is sitting in some dark closet pretending that he has the right to listen to, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I always found it weird to do that. I did it when I was a little kid, but it just never felt right. Anyway, that's government and religion. To control your mind and to tie you up and to bind you and to hold you back from your spiritual progress. Those are 2 words for the day. So, stay tuned. There'll be more. Ciao for now.